Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and the Beautiful. Luna returns, Soap pulls off impossible feat. Bold and the Beautiful brings back Luna Nozawa, who spent the last several weeks incarcerated after a murder spree, which she tried to pin on her mother on the CBS soap. She had Steffi Forrester in a cage so she would perish in a building demolition. So you can say she was caught red-handed. But this is B&B, so bringing a character back to the screen usually starts a new storyline, especially when that character bubbles over with evil. But what could that look like as her future has limitations, or does it? Bold and the Beautiful could transfer Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, to a new facility. The soap could go the hospital route. They could transfer her to a medical facility for inmates after discovering a medical diagnosis that explains her past behavior. This opens up many possibilities for a storyline for the intern who turned evil. She could escape, leaving Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Messinswood, looking over both shoulders. This would mean the two women who tried to kill the Forrester daughter are both out and about. The risk of Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, rebooting her death wish for Steffi looks minimized. And Luna only wanted Steffi dead because she discovered her scheme. But everyone knows about her ploy today, so there's nothing to hide. This means she has no reason to want Steffi dead at this time. But the Forrester daughter likely gets some drama out of worry if she escapes. The people Luna would likely target are her mother and her aunt. She blames her mother for a horrible upbringing. She also blames Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, for not rescuing her from her mother. So if she escapes, she could be on another mission to make the two Nozawa sisters pay. Yet in one Bold and the Beautiful spoiler scene, Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, visits Luna behind bars. So maybe she appeals to her mother to help her somehow. Luna was Poppy's entire reason for living, so if anyone likely agrees to help her, it would be her mom. But how the soap would script a get-out-of-jail-free card is anyone's guess. Bold and the Beautiful didn't leave many options open for Luna Nozawa to walk around free again. But the rules in real life differ greatly from what B&B attempts from time to time. So for the first theory, what if Luna found a way to manipulate from within the cold gray walls of her incarceration? Bold and the Beautiful spoilers have her writing a letter to Bill Spencer, Don Diamond. Bill fell for Luna's Daddy Dearest act, and he kicked himself for that mistake. But the letter likely contains repenting words from Luna Nozawa. After getting so close to this young woman, the letter could work at tugging on his heartstrings. Bill Spencer is no saint, and he likely considers himself lucky that he is not in prison after his antics in the past. So maybe he pulls some bold and beautiful magical strings to help Luna Nozawa. It wouldn't be the first time. Luna only used R.G. Forrester, Joshua Hoffman, as a way into the rich and famous, but he fell hard for the intern. So he needed to work through his heartache of being a pawn in her game. But she was his first love, so if she needed to find a puppet, R.G. is a likely target. Other than a few sentences about the hope for the future line, R.G.'s appearances have become scarce lately on Bold and the Beautiful. So viewers might find out he's been communicating with his psycho girlfriend all along. But if they script R.G. as Luna's puppet on the outside, then the soap would need a makeover of the R.G. persona. He would have to suddenly turn bad, possibly from Luna's manipulation, although that's a stretch. Still, Luna started her gig in LA as a likable young woman, so B&B knows how to twist a personality in the opposite direction. That said, Luna heads back to B&B, but she still sits behind bars when we first see her. So either Luna Nozawa does her time on the CBS soap screen while incarcerated, or they find some feasible, or not so feasible, way to let her out. In the world of daytime dramas, surprises are a dime a dozen. But every so often, a storyline comes along that not only shocks viewers but defies expectations in ways that keep fans talking long after the credits roll. This week, The Bold and the Beautiful achieved just that with a jaw-dropping twist. The return of Luna, a character many believed was gone for good. Luna, the fiery, complex antagonist who had originally been written off in the early 2000s, was a fan favorite due to her unpredictable nature and intense chemistry with some of the show's biggest stars. She was a character that audiences loved to hate, a woman driven by passion, ambition, and an unyielding desire for power. Over the years, her absence from the show had left fans wondering if they'd ever see her again. Many thought Luna's time had passed, with the writers opting to focus on fresh, new faces in the dramatic world of the Forresters, Logans, and Spencers. But then, boom, a sudden, seemingly impossible return. The unexpected plot twist. For months, viewers had been gripped by the saga of the Forrester family, embroiled in their usual mix of romance, rivalry, and secrets. It was a typical arc that involved the inevitable love triangles, power struggles, and corporate espionage. But just as fans thought they knew where the story was heading, the writers threw a massive curveball. A dark figure appeared at a lavish Forrester gala, her face obscured in shadow, and then the camera zoomed in on her, revealing Luna. She stood there, every inch the woman she was, but with an air of mystery that hinted at a transformation during her time away. The return of Luna was one of those moments that felt so grandiose, so surreal, that it had people wondering whether it was even possible. How had she come back from the dead, figuratively speaking? What had happened in the time since she disappeared? And most importantly, what did her return mean for the powerful players of Los Angeles? Luna's dramatic reinvention. Luna didn't come back meekly, she arrived with a vengeance. The once volatile, scheming woman was now a calculated mastermind, more poised and sophisticated than ever. The years away from the limelight had clearly allowed Luna to grow, to evolve, and perhaps to reflect on her past actions. She no longer seemed driven solely by power or revenge. There was a coldness in her eyes, a sharpness in her manner that was even more dangerous than her previous self. Luna was back, but she wasn't the same woman. This reinvention was nothing short of spectacular, demonstrating the strength of the writers and the incredible acting talents of the actress who portrayed her. The character's return was designed not only to shake up old storylines, but to offer fresh possibilities for the show. Luna's return didn't just breathe life into a tired narrative, it breathed new air into the very fabric of the show itself. A legacy rewritten. One of the most fascinating elements of Luna's return was how it allowed the show to revisit its own history. Luna's legacy was never fully explored before she disappeared. Her time on the show was marked by her tumultuous relationships with key characters, and her departure left many questions unanswered. Who had she really been? What were her true motives? What did she want from her time in the world of the Forresters and the Logans? Her reappearance provided an opportunity for the show to not only revisit these questions, but also add layers of complexity to the character's backstory. Flashbacks were used masterfully to shed light on Luna's past, revealing hidden motivations and surprising alliances. Fans were treated to a deeper understanding of the character, and the writer's ability to weave these flashbacks into the present-day storyline gave Luna's return a gravitas that made her presence even more powerful. Chemistry and conflict. The core of Luna's return. The strength of Luna's return wasn't just in her transformation. It was in the way she reignited old conflicts and formed new ones. Luna's chemistry with other core characters was electric, but it wasn't the typical romance-driven tension fans had come to expect. Instead, Luna played on the unresolved issues from her past, targeting the characters who had once been her enemies and exploiting their weaknesses. She didn't come back for love. She came back for power, for control, and perhaps for redemption. Luna's complex relationships with characters like Ridge Forrester, Eric Forrester, and even Brooke Logan were key to her return. With Ridge, a once passionate lover, there was an undeniable tension. Would the flames of their past still burn, or would Luna's darker motives push Ridge to a breaking point? With Eric, Luna was determined to show him that she was not the same woman who once schemed to take his company from him, though she was still very much a threat. And with Brooke, the woman who had always been a rival, Luna had unfinished business. The soap's ability to rekindle these relationships and to introduce new characters who now had a stake in Luna's return created a rich, dynamic web of storylines. The intricacies of the new conflicts meant that Luna wasn't just a returning character, she was a catalyst for the next wave of drama. Every scene she appeared in felt like the prelude to something bigger. The impossible feat, how they did it. The return of Luna wasn't just a triumph in terms of storytelling, it was also an incredible feat of television magic. How had they managed to keep Luna's return under wraps for so long? The level of secrecy surrounding her return was nothing short of masterful. Spoilers had been carefully controlled, and when Luna finally reappeared on screen, it felt like a real shock to fans. The entire reveal was executed with precision. The makeup, the costume design, and the direction of her scenes were all carefully crafted to build anticipation. Her first moments on screen were deliberately understated, heightening the mystery surrounding her character. The pacing of her reentry was flawless. As the camera slowly revealed her face, you could almost hear the collective gasp of viewers at home. It was one of those rare moments in television that felt like a triumph of surprise, excitement, and drama. Beyond the storyline itself, Luna's return marked a shift in the soap opera landscape. It was a reminder of what makes shows like The Bold and The Beautiful so compelling. The ability to create unforgettable characters, unexpected twists, and emotional depth. Luna's return defied expectations and raised the bar for what a soap could achieve, not just in terms of drama, but in how it engaged its audience. A new chapter for Bold and the Beautiful. As Luna settles back into the chaotic world of the Forresters and the Logans, it's clear that the soap has entered a new phase. With Luna's return, The Bold and the Beautiful has proven that it's not afraid to take risks, to bring back beloved characters in unexpected ways, and to push the boundaries of what fans think they know. It's a bold move, one that's paid off in spades. Fans can't wait to see where this thrilling new chapter will take them. And one thing is for certain, with Luna back in the game, anything is possible.